handful of signings done. Potentially more to come today. Thank you for your feedback on yesterday's episode where you obviously saw me sign a handful of people and I asked you who I should sign from my remaining players on my shortlist. There have been some popular favourites rise to the top. Thank you for that. It's exactly what I needed when recording this episode. There's also been a lot of feedback with regards to the new Ultimate difficulty. Obviously, with the new patch for Career Mode, which will be available on console soon. It's out on PC now. Ultimate difficulty has been drastically changed, and basically every player has 99 everything on the opposition team. It just lends for pretty unrealistic gameplay, and you guys kind of saw that from the game against Burnley. So actually, a fellow Career Mode YouTuber by the name of Cutsy, I know a number of you will be familiar with Cutsy, he's done some testing with the slider settings and seems to have found a relatively good area for CPU slider settings that make this Ultimate difficulty on Career Mode now still more of a challenge, but not super unrealistic with regards to how the gameplay plays and feels. So there are actually some user gameplay alterations that he made, but initially I'm just going to test out the CPU gameplay customization settings. If you aren't aware of Cutsy, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description down below. You can go and check him out. He does longer term series with the youth teams, etc. But for now, this is what we're going to use for the AI CPU gameplay customization settings. So sprint speed has been dropped. They default all to 50, as you can see from the user one. I used to make it harder with the sliders. Now we're making it slightly easier with the setup. Not easier, more realistic with the slider settings. So sprint speed is down from 50 to 46, acceleration to 47, shot error up to 56, pass error up to 53, shot speed down to 48, pass speed down to 49, injury severity and goalkeeper ability doesn't need to be changed. Previously I did have goalkeeper ability up to 60. We'll leave it at 50 now, according to Cutsy's experiments, so to speak. Positional marking down to 49, run frequency down to 48, line height and length are the same, but line width is up to 52, fullback positioning up to 52, and first touch control error up to 53. Now we shall trial this in today's episode, and I have it on fairly good authority that these sliders are pretty decent and work pretty well, so we'll wait and see. Also had good feedback from you guys. Let me know that you felt that Jared Bowen should be playing on the right of the front three and Tyler Roberts on the left, so I've done that. Che Adams, our new striker, playing through the middle still. Also that Liam Cooper should be on the left-hand side of my defensive lineup, so that's been done as well. Now with regards to the remaining transfers, obviously we have about 25 million to spend. Now the realism mod is fixed and back in effect now for this save, meaning that player valuations have changed. Ryan Fredericks was the more popular of the wing-backs, or full-backs, so I'm going to go for Ryan Fredericks. Still trying to loan in Per Schurz. If that doesn't go through and he doesn't accept it, I don't think we're going to be able to afford him now that the realism mod is back in. We might be able to renegotiate a loan, but if he doesn't come first time, he's probably not going to come second time. With regards to central midfield role, you guys were on board with James Milner coming back to the club. He said that if Leeds, he said in real life that if Leeds got promoted, he would come back to the club. We've gotten Leeds promoted. It's time for James Milner to come home. So I'm going to try and get that deal done first. Then we'll go for Fredericks. And with regards to winger, Ryan Kent was the more popular option, but he's quite expensive and I'm not sure I'm going to have the money left. That signing might have to wait until January or next season. With regards to Erling Braut Haaland as well, like I mentioned, I want to sign him in this save, but I don't want to sign him this window. I think a number of people thought that I was saying I want to buy him now. I don't want to buy him now. I don't feel like we're in a position where we could realistically sign him now. In real life, he's going to Dortmund as well. So he's valued at 52 million, so I couldn't afford him if I wanted him now anyway. But I think we're going to have to establish ourselves in Europe before we stand a chance of signing Erling Braut Haaland. But James Milner, we're going to try and get now, and we should be able to pick him up relatively cheaply because of his age, because of the fact that Liverpool probably in-game aren't starting him very often. Obviously in real life they will be, and they do, but I'm going to offer 6.5 and hope that they negotiate about 7. Okay. They're going to want more than 6.5 for him. That's fine. I'm totally on board with that. That's not a problem. I was just testing the waters. We'll try Ryan Fredericks. I reckon we might have to offer about what he's valued at. That says to me I definitely can offer less than what he's currently valued at and genuinely stand a chance of being able to sign him. The only thing that would hold me up with Milner is potentially wages. I'll offer 7 and see if they'll accept that, and they will. Good. Right, now Fredericks isn't on that much at all. £7,600 a week for Ryan Fredericks. That's brilliant because it will free up the funds to bring in Milner with regards to his wages. Squad role, I'll say important. He's going to start, to be fair, and he's happy with an important role. That's good. Length of the contract, not really too important at this stage. Disregard the release clause. They're not going to give me an idea of what they want wage-wise. He's on 7,006. I'll offer him 20, 25 maybe, and I think they should just accept. Oh, I hope they'll just accept that. 23.5 with a little bit of negotiation. That's fine. That's fine. 25.5. I'm quite happy with that. We have ourselves a new right back, and hopefully, in a week's time, when we can go back in for James Milner, we'll have ourselves a new central midfielder as well. Obviously, have Danny Rose, Gazaniga, and Che Adams as new, and Jared Bowen as new players in the starting lineup. And now Ryan Fredericks is going to come in there as well. Right, I'm pleased with that. I'm genuinely really pleased with the window we've had. Let's go and test out Cutsy's slider settings and see if I'm not necessarily fussed if I'm still finding it really difficult. In fact, I almost want it to still be really difficult. I want to struggle to stay up this year, but I want the gameplay to play realistically. We don't want Ashley Barnes sprinting away from Mbappe. So let's see what we can do against Watford here, and then we'll take it from there. Ben Foster in goal for Watford as expected. Raphael at right back. Didn't expect that. Callum Whelan in the midfield. Isaac Success, Ismail Assar and Robert Pereira behind Juan Camillo Hernandez. Van der Horn at the back, as well as Castelletto. Players like De La Feu on the bench for Watford here. I'm not sure what to expect from this starting lineup. Pace up top, for sure. Is Isaac Success. He and Ismail Assar are going to offer us such difficult prospects defensively with their pace. Getting caught on the counter could be a real problem here, but we might be able to do something similar. Oh, what a chop from Zegalar. Absolutely nailed there. An early yellow card for Watford. Marvin Ziegler is an obvious yellow card as well. Jared Bowen was away though, already having to make a rather cynical foul to try and keep us out. Whelan flying into that challenge as well. Here's Camillo Hernandez. He's just gotten a League SBC item in La Liga on Ultimate Team. We know that he's pretty decent. He grows well in Career Mode 2, but Calvin Phillips has stepped in there nicely, and Tyler Roberts will get out to Che Adams. They've slightly swapped positions for now. This is good football, though. Don't fancy Calvin Phillips in a foot race. However, Tyler Roberts. Oh, Bowen. Calvin. Che Adams into the box. Oh, he's not in the best of positions, though. Can I find a teammate? Maybe. I could try and squeeze off a shot here. Castelletto with the block and the clearance. Raphael gets it down, and Watford will counter. We are yet to score in the Premier League this season, obviously having lost by a 1-0 against Burnley, but positive signs here against Watford so far. Oh, but Che should have done better with that. Zetti and Capoue in there to Hernandez. Success, brilliant strength, unbelievable strength. Ismail Assar given to Ben White, thankfully. I have, after 25 minutes worth of using Cutsy sliders, altered them slightly myself. Only minimally, though. Only very, very minimally. What I've done is I've lessened the effects of shot and pass error. Sprint speed and acceleration-wise, I might bump that up 1 as well, because I haven't felt like players like Isaac Success and Ismail Assar have felt as fast as they should do. But certainly, Cutsy's initial sliders are offering a more realistic gameplay aspect to this ultimate difficulty now. I still don't think I'm going to change my players' sliders, but it's not like it's a scenario that we're not used to, because obviously we were using sliders previously to make ultimate more difficult. Now we're just doing it the other way around because they've tweaked it slightly too much. Pereira getting tackled there nicely by Liam Cooper. This has still been a challenge here against Watford. I'm actually quite happy with how the sliders are right now. I think we could have a very entertaining season if things continue as they have been in this game thus far. Hernandez, Fredericks to Adams. Click forward to Bowen. I was looking for Tyler Roberts and I found him again. Jared Bowen is there and he's left-footed, so I get it on that left. The shot's blocked well, and a corner to come in. Someone's getting booked. It's going to be Calvin Phillips, unfortunately. Yellow card apiece now. Let's see what we can do from the corner. That's a decent delivery. Castelletto wins the header well, and Ismail Assar will pump that clear. But we've won it back with Fredericks. That was well done. Calvin Phillips, Tyler Roberts is there in support. Out wide still, Pablo Hernandez. I see Calvin Phillips on the edge of the box here, and we could let a shot fly early towards the near post, but it's well blocked by a Watford defender. We're giving as good as we're getting so far, but we haven't yet found a way through. Inside there to Ismail Assar. Oh, nice little 1-2 with Hernandez. And a 1-2-3. There's a Watford lead. On the brink of half-time, we fought very, very hard. In fact, we've looked more like scoring ourselves. But it is our hosts that taken a 1-0 lead. Nice little 1-2 between Ismail Assar and Hernandez. I just didn't cope with it very well, to be fair. Fair play, 1-0. Just outmuscled me there. Pereira returns, tackled well. Calvin Phillips forward to Mateusz Klich. Tyler Roberts nicely back to Calvin Phillips again. The goal was Watford's only chance of the first half. I think that sums up how dominant we were, and we might be able to get ourselves an equaliser immediately at the beginning of the second. If Tyler Roberts can tuck this away, it's young Tyler Roberts that scores Leeds United's first goal back at Premier League level. And it was well taken too, and well worked. I'm pleased with that little inverted step over and a lovely finesse into the top corner. We're back on level terms. We might be getting our first points back at Premier League level today. Che Adams, oh, nicely done. Looking for Jared Bowen. Their defence is all over the place. Positionally, they've been terrible here, Watford. Oh, but Zeigler intercepts as I try and slot that into Che Adams. I might make a change just to hold on to this lead. Calvin Phillips is on a yellow, and I don't want to risk getting him sent off, so I'm going to bring Jairo Riedewald in at CDM. And there's been some calls, actually, for Jamie Shackleton to start. I'm not sure if I will start Jamie Shackleton, especially if we get James Milner. But he'll certainly have a big part to play this season. And after this year, of course, Pablo Hernandez and subsequently probably James Milner as well will be slightly too old to still have an effect on the first team. So Shackleton's time will come in a Leeds shirt. It's just not quite yet in the starting lineup. They've got a free kick in a really good position here. And that is unreal from Marvin Zeigler. What a free kick that is to maybe win Watford the game. That's incredible. Disgustingly good strike. Wow, I should have jumped. If I'd have jumped, maybe would have blocked it, but the movement on that was insane. 2-1 Watford. What a goal. We'll try and get ourselves back level again if we can. Riedewald's pushing a long way forward, actually, considering he's set to stay back whilst attacking. Jared Bowen. I've not yet really had a chance to properly use Bowen. That's well worked. And Tyler Roberts has done brilliantly. And I'll look for Bowen here. And perhaps I should have gone on with Tyler Roberts. Had the space to do so. Overplaying it slightly whilst looking for this equaliser. Here come Watford again. Wayland to Ismail Assar. Down the line to Pereira. This is good football from Watford. I think the only thing that was, or the largest overawing factor that felt unrealistic in the last episode, he's not given a pen, was the pace of opposition players. I think their passing and shooting was all right, actually, with regards to its accuracy. An error, well, with regards to the amount of error, I guess, is probably more accurate way to phrase that, but that's a penalty for Watford. And that's really frustrating. Mancamilla Hernandez. Saved by Paulo Gazzaniga! We might yet stand a chance of getting a point. To be fair, very good pen. It's just a top quality save. Well done, Paulo. That was superb. Win that, please. Oh, it's Pablo Hernandez. And I can't get to it. He just couldn't get past Ismail Assar on the floor. They might yet score here, Watford. Don't foul him. Don't give away another pen. Oh, couldn't quite get to that header, Raphael. He's got options. Which one is he going to use? Oh, that's a smart turn. Ben White defends it well. Ismail Assar muscling me. Jeeps, I can't get it off them. Oh, Capu, that's fancy. Pereira, that's well wide. 10 minutes to go. Still feeling confident we could get this equaliser as they bring on Danny Welbeck. Inside to Riedewald. Through that gap there to Che Adams. Now I'm waiting for Bowen to make the run. And he was rather slow on the uptake there. But we will turn, get it back on that left. And Che is there in the middle. It's a poor pass. It's my mistake. I shouldn't have played that pass. Ismaila Sarr is getting away from me here. But it is Sarr versus Pablo Hernandez for pace. Which you would expect Sarr to win, to be fair. I think we've pretty much nailed it with these sliders now. Cutsy has done a brilliant job. So do head over to his channel and say thank you. Like I say, I've ever so slightly tweaked them, but only by 1 or 2 here or there. And I haven't changed my sliders at all. This feels like the right test now. I think already we've nailed it. So GG Cutsy and GG Watford, as I think they're going to get 3 points here. As that pass is just slightly misplaced. And that will be the final whistle. I'm confident, and I'm taking heart from this, that we can fight at Premier League level and earn enough points to keep us up. That's a nice tackle by Cooper, but unfortunately I think the referee's going to blow his whistle. We won't get the chance to counter. But I had enough chances in that game to get something from it. And it was only my poor decision-making in a couple of scenarios that stopped me from having more chances. I'm happy with where we're at now. Yesterday I was a little bit concerned. I think you guys were too. Those concerns are quashed. I don't think we need to worry about gameplay at all anymore. This is still going to be a very entertaining first season with Leeds United and a challenging first season too. And it means that we will see genuine progression as the team improves in rating. Difficult game today. Well, confidence is solid. I'm pretty happy with the way we played in that game, to be fair. We played well, but it wasn't enough. We had more chances. Even share of possession. Hernandez took his finish very well. We will concentrate on what we can do better, and that is defending those 1-2s slightly better, because I didn't do that very well there at all. But Luke Alien wants me to know that he's a bit worried. The lineup changes every week, my man. You'll still get the chance in cup football, that is for damn sure. But there you go. Brand exposure deal done already. A loan offer for Tyler Wright. I'm not... What other wide players have I got? Because I'd quite like to play Tyler Wright in cup football. Jack Clark, Bowen, Wobberts. Bowen, Wobberts. And Tyler Wright. Because let's be honest, Marriott, Bamford and Clark are basically my reserve front 3. So I already have 3 alternatives. Maybe a short-term loan. Maybe I'll negotiate that to a short-term loan. And we can let him go on loan for 6 months. And then we can see if he grows from there. I mean, I'm quite happy to pay all of his wages, but if you're willing to pay 40%, then that's great. We haven't yet heard about Per Schur's decision about whether to come to us or not. So I'm intrigued to see what happens on that front. Train Leif Davis now, as well as Tyler Roberts a little bit. He's getting better and better. I'm pleased that it was someone like Tyler Roberts that scored our first goal in the Premier League. Tyler Wright's rejected that loan move, but Per Schurz has come to us. That's good news. I'm delighted at that. Welcome to the club, Per. He could be a player that we might sign longer term, but he's going to be a brilliant addition to the squad. I'm actually really pleased about that. Now can I... Oh, why is my manager rating down at 54? What is that all about then, eh? It might get to the point... I think it's probably just league position that's helping that. Might get to the point where I have to sell some of the unhappy players at the club. Because it's genuinely affecting my manager rating now, and I don't want to run the risk of getting sacked. I'm in a tough spot. I'm in a real tough spot. Right, let's try and buy Milner again. Where are you, Jimmy? I can't buy him again yet. Let's wait a minute then. We'll advance. I think it's Liverpool we've got next on the following Saturday. It is. That's not going to be easy. Transfer offer for Boy. I'm quite happy to accept those now, both of them. 300 and 350. Yeah, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. Right. Transfer for Adam Falshaw, I'll reject that. He stays. And actually, to be fair, I think I rejected Or didn't. Yeah, I didn't accept one of the offers. There we go. Yeah, I might have to... Let me have a look at... in here, see... Sort by morale. So, Chibitsky's unhappy. We don't really care about these guys. Bamford's unhappy about playtime and contract. I could offer him a new contract. That might help improve his... Whoa. Contract. Players that are unhappy with contract, I will renegotiate once we've decided, or once we've made all of our signings. But we don't have that many players that are unhappy. And to be fair, can I take Pablo Hernandez off the transfer list now? I can't. He's still unhappy about his contract. If I can improve that, then maybe we can take him off the transfer list. And Liam Cooper as well. His morale is improving. I still can't remove him. But again, just contract is why he's unhappy now. So if I can improve their morale, then we're in a great position. Because, you know, those players should hopefully have their morale turned if I can sort their contract out. Maybe I won't need to sell Pablo Hernandez. Right, we should be able to go in for James Milner now. Nope, still not letting me. Okay, well, we might have to play Liverpool then. We'll see whether Milner actually starts for them. That'd be intriguing. I doubt it. I'll try one more time. No, we'll have to wait a little bit longer. That's not a problem. Right, Liverpool at home then, coming up next. Now, this really is going to be difficult. Right, Liverpool's starting 11. No surprises that Alisson is in goal. Nathaniel Klein, Kimpembe, Van Dijk and Robertson. Henderson, Fabinho, Naby Keita. And then Salah, Firmino, Mane. There to Bobby Firmino. We'll have that though. Nicely stepped in there, Liam Cooper. I'm pleased that those players that were previously unhappy in a number of areas are now only unhappy with contracts. Like they're relatively pleased with their playtime, which is the main thing that I was concerned about, because they were playing a lot of football, but it was registering that they were unhappy with the amount of playtime they were getting. That seems to have sorted itself out. So provided we can get some decent results over the next 3 or 4 episodes and sort those contracts out, I imagine that that we will be able to sort our manager rating out as well. I don't think we really genuinely need to worry about getting sacked. Here's Bobby Firmino, dinked in behind. Oh, he's just stepped away from me there. Pulled back to Fabinho. That was scuffed. Thankfully, we've... Oh, God, the pressure. I cannot cope with that pressure. Wow. The pressing game from Liverpool was unreal there. I had nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere to go. The ball dropped free, and I could have just pumped it anywhere, but I think that's just Liverpool pressing really, really well. Mane makes it 1-0 as the ball was square to him, free in the middle. I got outplayed there. I've not been pressed like that for a very long time. Here to Hernandez. Their pressing game and marking game is so good, Liverpool. Oh, there's no need for a fancy back heel there, Jared, but you've gotten away. Adams to Tyler Roberts. Oh, he's kicked it straight at Alisson. Oh, brilliant opportunity to score a second goal of the season there for Tyler Roberts. But he's kicked it straight at the Brazilian goalkeeper. Anywhere but there, and that's probably... Oh, nice footwork from Che Adams. He's gotten past Virgil van Dijk here. And into the middle. No, it's going to go in. Yes! We've equalised. That was lucky. Calvin Phillips gets us an equaliser against Liverpool. I need to see a replay of that. Che Adams has done wonderfully well against Virgil there. Squares it across. And I don't know whether that initial shot from Calvin Phillips was on target or not. Another replay from behind would be great. We're not going to see it. But that's just really, really, really fortunate that it's come off Andy Robertson there. But sometimes you need a little bit of luck. And we got it there. Calvin Phillips, was that initial shot? No, that was going to go wide. That initial shot was bending a long way wide. It did hit Robertson's arm as well. So even if it hadn't gone in, we probably would have gotten a penalty for handball. Regardless, the ball's gone over the line. We have an equalising goal against Liverpool. Get involved. Mane driving away. He's going to beat Pablo Hernandez for pace every time. Pablo's trying to outmuscle him, but Mane's just running rings around him at the minute. Andy Robertson, don't let him cross chest, for crying out loud. Fredericks has done really well there. And now Pablo Hernandez forward. Look at the way they press. That's so... They step up so early. Oh, lovely turn by Tyler Roberts. And now Che Adams is away. It was his driving run that led to... Oh, it's a brilliant tackle. was his driving run that led to us getting the first opportunity for the goal. Virgil van Dijk makes up for that mistake, or for him getting turned in the first half. Oh, what a challenge. What an unbelievable tackle that was from Virgil. The powers of recovery there from the front man, or from the back, from the defender even, were really good. Oh, now we came through to Fabinho, and Liverpool lead again. I've just been able to squeeze that home. Liverpool are in front. It was that turn there I didn't expect, and Fabinho's run off Calvin Phillips, so didn't track it, and unfortunately they've got themselves in front again, Liverpool. 2-1. We're behind again. We shall have to come back into the game from a deficit again.
Well, this is interesting. We can tell you it's now official. Deal done.
Oh, given away by Virgil van Dijk. And Che Adams through quickly. Jared Bowen. Oh, he's turned the keeper. Oh, what a goal! What a goal for Jared Bowen! Unbelievable scenes. Jared Bowen. Oh, Alisson's been left on his arse. I can't believe that. He just gets there, Jared Bowen. Mistake from Virgil van Dijk. And just turns him. Oh, that's brilliant. I love that. I love that. Liverpool 2. Leeds 2. Game on again. Shackleton forward to Bowen. They've left him on his own. I mean, I couldn't not. We've stolen it at the death. Liverpool all game have pressed something chronic, trying to get themselves 10 goals. And the defenders have been terrible positionally, and it's cost them at least twice. I'll take that. We are getting our first points of the season, and it's coming against Liverpool. And it's purely because of their own tactics. Nothing to do with ultimate difficulty and their individual stats. It's because they set up with the wrong tactics. They pushed too much to try and get a winner, and in the end, they're going to get nothing. They try to get a little extra something, and they'll get nothing. We'll get it all. Our first points at Premier League level. An own goal from Andy Robertson, a mistake from Virgil van Dijk, and then terrible positioning from their defence. They've thrown that away, Liverpool. That's not me winning that. That's them throwing it away. Really even game again. I don't know as we deserve the win, but a draw certainly from our overall play. I'm thrilled to have gotten 3 points, and hopefully that will significantly boost our manager rating as well, actually. Frederick's put in a great performance. It's clear to see why we bought him. He's been very good so far. It's always a sign of a good player when they slot into the team and you don't notice that they're there in a midfield or defensive role, because it just feels like they're part of the team that you've had the whole time. Che Adams is doing well, but we haven't yet got a goal with him, and sometimes you need a bit of luck, and we definitely got luck in that game. The mistake from Van Dijk, so lucky with the own goal from Andy Robertson, because that was definitely going wide from Calvin Phillips. And look at that, manager rating up to 71. We are in 14th. And it looks like Liam Cooper and Pablo Hernandez are now both happy to stay. Things are turning around for Leeds United in the Premier League. Oh, that is wonderful. Now we've got a long season ahead of us still, and we're still only in 14th. 2 points above the drop zone. But hopefully we can get... Oh, Louis Coyle has gone. Hopefully we can get Milner in now. A loan offer for Tyler Wright again. I will let him go. Ah, bollocks. I went to negotiate short term, didn't I? Hopefully he rejects that again then. Balls. I might have just screwed myself there. Never mind. Let's see if we can't get Mr. Milner now. Yeah, we can. We can go in for him again. Approach to buy. 7.9 to 10.4 is apparently what we need to offer. I offered, what, 6.5 last time, and they just walked away from me. Let's try something a bit more respectful. Let's try 7.4. 11.5? Come on now. Let's not get too hasty, shall we, Jurgen? Wow. They're playing hardball over a 34-year-old that isn't in their starting lineup. I'll be honest, I expected it to be a little bit easier to sign James Milner in this window, to be completely honest. Right, Bournemouth coming up next. Right, what are Bournemouth bringing to Ellen Road? Mark Travers in goal, Jack Stacey, Twanzebe, Garcia and Rico as a back four. Brooks, Fofana, Lewis Cook and Grunewald in midfield. Joshua King and Wilson up top. Pace to burn through the middle up top for them. A straight 4-4-2, old-fashioned English football from Bournemouth, who are not having the best of seasons in real life at all. Hopefully, we can help them not have a very good season in this save too. At least help them not have a very good afternoon to start things off. King finds Rico. Great football from Bournemouth. We're behind in the opening few moments. Pace from Josh King. The run from deep, not tracked. And that's good football. Drilled into the back of the net by Callum Wilson. His first goal of the league season for Bournemouth so far this year. And after 16 minutes, we are 1-0 down. Here's Dan Numa in behind again. Fredericks trying to deal with it. Oh, that's poor. Quick fire double. Bournemouth have a second. We have a mountain to climb. Oh, I should have done better with Fredericks there. Their passing has been superb. They're playing better than Liverpool right now, Bournemouth. I guess it's not too unsurprising with the way that Carimo normally goes to see the smaller sides playing better than the bigger sides. But it's proving to be the case yet again here, even with alterations made to the difficulty settings. We've got an uphill battle now. Hopefully, it's an uphill battle we can at least get something from. Still, no clean sheet so far this Premier League season. Something we certainly need to address moving forward if we're to stay in the division. Looking for Tyler Roberts here. Can't get the ball out of his feet for the shot. Well defended. Back to Stacey. And away and away and away. Good header clear. Here's Lewis Cook though, against his former team. Yes, Fredericks. That's what I should have done last time and wasn't able to do, unfortunately. Is that my throw? No, it's theirs. That's what we should have done with Ryan Fredericks in the build-up to their second goal. And I wasn't able to do it. Josh King's header. Yeah! Just kept out by Paulo Gazzaniga. And ever so just. I'll have that. Thank you. Spurs have apparently signed Moussa Dembele from Lyon. £45 million. This we'll have a look at the rest of the transfers in this window once we close the window at the end of the episode. There have been some sizable and intriguing deals go through actually in this transfer window so far, and I'm keen to see what happens on deadline day actually. That's tame from Josh King. Bournemouth have been the better team here and I haven't really had anything to counter them with. That's a poor pass from Jamie Shackleton. That's where we need him to improve, really, if we're to be putting him into the starting lineup more often than not. Oh, and he doesn't get the ball out of his feet quickly enough there either. Here's Josh King again. Going to go for the 1-2. Nice tackle. And that should be a goal kick. And will be? Yeah, it will be. 15 minutes to go. I'm kind of resigned to defeat here. I don't think we're going to get anything. Fighting hard, though. I'm genuinely really happy with where the difficulty is now. I think we've genuinely fixed it. So we're in for a challenging, difficult season, which as a newly promoted side is exactly what you would expect. This could have just as much drama as Southampton season 1 in FIFA 18. Oh, and Che Adams couldn't find the top corner. Good save by Travers, but promising that we're now starting to create chances. Lovely ball in behind. Looking for Jack Stacey, pushing forward from right back. Danny Rose deals with it. Oh, that's the experience coming in handy there of the former Tottenham man. Phillips forward. Tyler Roberts turns. Nicely done. Go on, Che, make me a run. Not going to find him yet. Committed there, the defender. And actually caught Tyler Roberts after the ball had gone. Shackleton out wide to Ryan Fredericks. As long as he's onside, I can play him in here. Jared Bowen. Good football from Che again, or footwork attempted. But Garcia defended it very nicely. They've been rock solid, Bournemouth. They've defended how Liverpool should have. And it was my own mistake with Fredericks that led to their second. And it was just good football from them that led to their first. Bournemouth deserve this victory. They've outplayed me here. They deserve it. But overall, like I say, I am genuinely pleased with how this this difficulty setting is now. So we will play on from here with things as they are and expect a challenging first season at Premier League level, lads. It's 4 defeats in our opening 3, but we do have the 3 points from the Liverpool game at least. I only had 1 shot in that game. I wasn't good enough. I'm going to have to raise my own game if we're to be competitive here. We didn't exactly have things all our own way in the Championship, to be fair. Fair to say it was a tough match. The blame is mine. I'll take it on the chin for that one. Leeds didn't manage to score today and ended up losing the game. What went wrong? They were the better team. Again, I have to be honest. I wasn't good enough. Wilson was very good for them. He's a really good player. It was his first goal of the season, but you know Callum Wilson's going to score goals, don't you? He's always a danger man for Bournemouth. Right. I hope that we're still going to be able to go in for Milner on transfer deadline day. I'm very surprised that Liverpool have been so stubborn about his transfer. Offered for Mayika that I shall accept. Could free up some extra funds. Tyler Roberts has broken his toe and he's out for 2 months. Wonderful! Right, transfer deadline day it is then. And we'll advance a couple of hours before trying to do something else. Well, that's taking forever to load. Come on now. The game was doing this previously. You might have seen it in a previous highlight, and I just relaunched the game, hoping that it would stop doing that. It hasn't. Tyler Wright has gone out on loan. Transfer offer for Alioski now, which we shall reject. Now, I did double check to see if I could go in for Milner, and it wouldn't let me. I am genuinely surprised that Liverpool have been so standoffish with him. I will have a quick look and see how many games he's played for Liverpool so far this season. James Milner. Where are you, sir? He's not played at all this season. He's valued at 8.5. My last offer was 8.3 and they waved it away saying it was absolutely nowhere near acceptable. I'm genuinely shocked. Not had that before. He's 34 years of age. I don't know why they're trying to play such hardball and ensure that they get a massive fee for him. He's just not worth that. A loan offer for Liam Cooper, which I shall reject. Tabitsky can certainly go though. But a £3 million, £3.7 million off bid for him there, and I'll reject the one from Oviedo of 3. But he can go to Leverkusen for 3.7. I'm quite happy for that to happen. Man City have sold Kyle Walker for 29.2 million. Intrigued to see where he's gone. Come on now, game. Oh, it's not going to let me get Milner, is it? Can I loan Dendonka? Can I loan Fabian Delph? I'm genuinely pissed off about that because I was desperate to bring James Milner back to the club. We might have to wait till January to do that. What to do then? What to do? I might just save my money, maybe? Or loan in a midfielder, perhaps? Or maybe by the time we get to January, Pablo Hernandez will have dropped off with regards to his stats and it will be the time to replace him in the starting lineup. I'm not sure, because in the meantime, James Milner's stats could drop. I'm so annoyed at Jurgen Klopp. Genuinely annoyed. Like, there's no reason for him to be so harsh in the negotiations there whatsoever. City have offered 13.9 for Calvin Phillips, which we shall reject. Have you guys ever experienced that as well? Going in for a player that's old in FIFA and footballing terms, not being played in the team, but still the club want a sizable fee for him. I'm really shocked at that. Really shocked. 3 hours left. I'm not sure I want to spend the rest of my money because I do still want to bring James Milner back to the club. We did it with Lucas Podolski in the... it's just not going to let me do it because it's all on the same day. We did it with Lucas Podolski in the Köln series. Man! I'm really annoyed at that. I know I've said that about 10 times now, but I am. I'm pissed. Now, how much money are we raising here with these extra sales? Because I could go and... it's pointless. We'll save the money till January. I'm just going to have to be annoyed, I think. So what else happened in this window then? Bournemouth have had 3 signings in and 3 signings out. Arsenal have spent 80 million. Vinicius Junior going there. De Guzman, oh no, not De Guzman, just Guzman in at Aston Villa. Brighton have sold 3 players, including of course Ben White to me and signed Tanassa. Burnley have signed Chalov and Wissa. Gale, surely not Dwight Gale to Chelsea. Van Ginkel, Baba and Mason Mount sold at Chelsea as well. Fuchs, Semedo and Mayoral in at Palace. Everton doing a little bit of business. Fulham doing a little bit of business. 4 players in though, which is good news for them. We've done a lot of business. 5 players in, 5 players out. In fact, more than 5 players out, to be fair. Liverpool signed Gamero and Mateta, with Shaqiri leaving. City have signed Sandler now, as well as Kyle Walker. Zaracho and Romagnoli in at Manchester United, with Luke Shaw and Axel Twanzebe going out. Oh no, I thought I said Campbell for a minute. Kempf in at Newcastle with Atsu Toure, Sørensen and Dwight Gale. Yeah, Dwight Gale to Chelsea, that's an odd one. Norwich doing a little bit of business. They've sold Pookie though. It's not going to help your survival chances, is it? Babacar, Chaloba and Ibe in at Forest. Not sure they're the sort of signings that would help keep you up. Gonzalez and Ewell in at Sheffield United with McGoldrick and Egan going out. Southampton have signed Che Adams to me. Also Sofiane Boufal and Oriol Romeo with Yalchin coming in. Moussa Dembele in at Tottenham with Kiko Casilla going in as part of the Gazzaniga deal that saw him come out. I signed Gazzaniga, Rose and Clark from Tottenham. It's normally the other way around with Leeds players going to Tottenham. Lopez, Katsiabu and De Catalera going to Watford. Deeney, Chaloba and Sema leaving. And that is the transfer window. Biggest deals, Konate to Dortmund, Pjanic to Bayern and Goretzka to Paris Saint-Germain. We'll have a look at all of the big deals in a moment. We'll go to the transfer history hub. But do drop the video a like if you enjoyed today's episode, of course. Oh, Jesus Christ. Of course, on the 1st of the month, outside of the transfer window, I then get another long-term injury. Right, that makes things more difficult, doesn't it? Now, Jaro Riedewald is out injured for a long time. For crying out loud. Edmondson's transfer is broken down. I'm not going to sell Patrick Bamford, not yet. And I'm not going to sell Berardi, not yet. I probably could sell Berardi, actually, because we've got Schurz in on loan. But maybe I should. Actually, to be fair, Schurz can come in for Jaro Riedewald now. And I'm glad we've made that loan signing. That has paid off, even when we weren't anticipating it paying off in that manner when we first made it. So, Konate, Pjanic and Goretzka we've seen. Ndidi to Lyon. Carlos Soler to Atletico Madrid. Hassim Aouar to Atleti as well. They're spending big money. Romagnoli we saw. Maddison to Bayern. Big one. Vinicius was 46.1 to Arsenal. Dembele 44. Carvajal to Juventus. Modric to Juventus as well at 34 years of age. Zaracho to United. Tonali to Valencia. Bernardeschi, Leverkusen, Stark, Roma. Mateta, as we saw, to Liverpool, 29.7 for that. Kyle Walker went to Napoli. Tagliafico to Milan. Shaqiri went to Wolfsburg. Sami Castillejo to Real Madrid. Jesus Corona to Valencia. He's down as a right back this year. Thought he was an out-and-out winger. Sergio Roberto also to Napoli. Bernat to Leverkusen. Luke Shaw to Paris Saint-Germain. Hello. Danilo Pereira to Arsenal, that's a good signing. Jamie Vardy to Dortmund, wow. Mason Mount went to Atalanta, that's a surprising deal. Moutinho to Juventus, that was the Guzman that went to Aston Villa. Yoni Sisto to Paris Saint-Germain, he could be a good player for a save later down the line. Well, I'm genuinely happy with where, yes, I've lost 2 of my 3 games today. But I'm genuinely happy with the way things are progressing right now. Annoyed about the Milner deal. obviously. But, I mean, it's not my fault that Jurgen Klopp was so standoffish. Yes, I could have started higher, but it's. I mean, you're for 8.3 for an 8.5 million pound player. You'd think that they'd be willing to negotiate from there. And I didn't want to pay 11.5 million pounds for someone that's valued at 8.5 when they're 34. Why would I pay 25% more for a player that's 34 years of age? It just doesn't make sense. I get a lot of slack sometimes for overpaying for players. And that would have been overpaying for James Milner. Yeah, we want to bring him back, but I had other transfers I wanted to get through as well, with the potential signing of a winger too, with all of the other sales we've made. Oh, bittersweet episode. Victory against Liverpool, which is great. Our manager rating is back on track, which is also good news. The morale of our players that were wanting to leave is back on track, which is good news. So we can take Hernandez and Liam Cooper off the transfer list now, unless they haven't already automatically been removed, which they haven't. So that's great. Oh, indifferent episode, I think. Indifferent. But as things stand, we are out of the relegation zone. Only by a point, but let's hope it stays that way as we progress through the season. I will see you in tomorrow's episode. Bye-bye.